I rolled a 16 on this intro, and that's because this one's about gambling. I was joined by Billy Procida, comedian and host of the Manwhore podcast, and also I just realized this is the wrong kind of dice. Who bets on D&D? Probably weird nerds. Anyway, enjoy! Welcome to a bonus episode of Don't Mind If I Don't. I'm your host, Aaron Gold. This is the show where I don't like things, and fans and experts come on and explain to me why I'm wrong so that they can convince me and I can open up my tiny little brain and then be a better person. So, first things first, haven't seen you in a while. How you been? I missed you. You missed me too? Oh, that's sweet. So the show is going through a little bit of a, let's say, transformation. Changing things up. As you can hear right now, we're recording a different way than we generally do, but good things are on the horizon. I wanted to just touch base with you. How are you doing? How's your mom? Sounds good. And I will be back with more regular episodes very soon. But until then, let's talk gambling with our guest, host of the Manwhore podcast, Billy Procida. Billy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm learning how to do Instagram.
You're learning how to do Instagram? I can help you with that.
Hate that.
Oh,
I hate
man.
Instagram.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Don't mind if I don't with Instagram. Let me
I can do that. We can. We'll do a Do Mind If I Do where I convince you to like it.
Well, do you like Snapchat?
I tolerate Snapchat.
You tolerate it
because
like
my girlfriend
Instagram.
likes it. I like it at times.
Mm-hmm.
There's fun things about it that's cute.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Snapchat today. We're talking gambling. Everything that comes in the show gets rated on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being my ambivalence, 10 being blood-curdling hatred.
Sure.
Gambling. We put that at a 5.
You don't like the gambling, man. How do you do drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like losing a lot of money. I'll do like a $20 buy-in, but for this to have stakes today, you and I are playing blackjack,
yeah.
And I am in for $50, and I'm broke. So if I lose this $50, that matters to me.
And I was gonna ask. I was like, that's a very important factor because you lose $50, I lose $50. Like, not a good day. But like, I've been at casinos. I've been at blackjack tables, like at the Tropicana, where I've bought in for $1,000, which is like most of my money in the world. And then there's a guy who was on the. This was New Year's Eve a couple years ago. Guy was on the sheet. Comes to the table. On the sheet means like you don't even have to buy in. Like they just be like, you're rich enough that we'll get it eventually from your bank.
Oh, so they just trust it.
Well, like you sign in, then eventually, like if you don't pay them, they are connected to the bank. And the bank will eventually pay them. Like you sign over your rights to have them pull from your bank account.
Wow.
And the guy's like buying in $50,000, $100,000, and like so his bets are all like $10,000, $15,000 at a time. My bets are like $100 at a time. They set it to like $100 min table.
Right.
And I think I was up, so I could afford $100 bets. But it was nuts. I'd never seen anyone gamble that much money in like one period of time. I've never seen $15,000 in one bet.
Did he walk away?
It was like the movies.
Did he walk away up or down?
I walked away before he left, but like at one point he did have to re-up. So he was down to like, I don't know, $10,000. So he asked for like another like 50.
And that's the other thing. It bothers me just on principle that there are so many people that I don't know, so many, but there are people out there who can just gamble 50,000 and not even bat an eye at it because I am bitter and I'm jealous and fuck them.
Well, this guy owns several bars in New York City, and it turns out that one of the bars was my college haunt. He owned a bar that's now shut down, so like, I don't know, maybe he lost a lot of money.
Maybe he had a gambling issue.
It did change ownership, this Still bar, but that was like my college bar. He was like, thanks, you put my daughters through college.
So wait, why do you like gambling?
Oh, it's a rush, man. It's that vein.
He is smacking that vein right now.
Yes, like whatever you get doing, whatever like druggy thing you might do.
I don't do that many.
You can't look like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo and then say you don't do Scooby snacks.
This is the third time in like as many weeks
when I
accidentally dress like Shaggy.
You're not. Just throw out all your green shirts.
I can't. I look good in green.
And the problem is solved.
I look good in forest green, man.
I'm saying that's the thing.
Hey, you're wearing a blue shirt and your eyes are blue. I'm wearing a green shirt. My eyes are green. They just bring out our eyes.
Sure.
You got to dress for your eye color.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a limited color wheelhouse, partially because of my weight. I feel like if it was a thinner, I could wear whatever I wanted. But it's like I'm not thin enough to wear pink.
Yeah, but for the listener, you're not a big guy. You're strong.
Well, yeah, as I'll commonly say on stage, I'll be like, I just want the type of body type. I just want the type of body where I don't need to have a good personality. Like that's what my goal way is to be an asshole. That's what I would like to have. But right
Well,
now,
take $50 from me, you'll hit it.
hopefully. So we're playing single deck blackjack, which is a variation. It's like the original blackjack before casinos realized they gained a further edge by adding more decks. So when you go to a casino and they have a 6-deck shoe or an 8-deck shoe, actually that's increasing their edge. But
Because you can't count cards, or
no, just because it's more. Think of it this way: single deck blackjack, you're already behind.
I don't understand.
Okay, so the house has an edge. It's a very minimal edge. The edge that the house has, people always forget, is less than 1%.
Okay.
It's like a point, depending on the variant rules that they imply that they employ at a certain casino. The edge can be like 0.2%, 0.68%. Like these small, it's very minimal the edge that they have if you're playing basic strategy versus the house rules. It's a very minimal edge, but over the course of millions of hands, it means a lot of money for the house.
So when you said bring 1 to 12 decks, and when I brought 1 deck and you said that's all,
what
you're really saying is shit. Because now I actually have a little bit more of a chance against you here.
Points. But the thing is, like, again, but that only really ends up mattering over the course of thousands. I mean, so I used to deal blackjack in my mom's basement in New Jersey to like local college kids who weren't old enough to go to casinos.
The house in theaters now.
Yes, I was the house. I did that. I made I only dealt in the summer and the winter, and I only dealt when they were on break. And I only dealt like maybe 1 or 2 times a week.
Right.
And because I was here in the city, I'd have to take a bus back. I made over $11,000.
Jesus Christ.
And the maximum bet I ever allowed was $50. It started off as like a $25 max bet. I raised it to $50. People were typically betting like $2 to $5 per hand. And I made over $11,000.
How did these people find you? Because I assume
I
there
knew
wasn't a
them from,
Facebook group.
Local like poker. Some of them like were local kids who like I played poker once or twice with them, and then they spread the word to their poker buddies. And some of them like were just friends, or they would treat. What was nice, this is like an affluent area of New Jersey. They're all playing with mommy and daddy's money. I'll put it this way: the first $100 that a kid lost was like his money from delivering pizzas. The other $400 he would lose was from mom and dad because he could just ask for it. This is the fucking shit place I grew up. This is where I grew up in New Jersey.
Yeah, now you're just getting me to... All right, now we're going to have to do a New Jersey episode, just out of bitterness.
Bergen County, New Jersey. It's one of those red counties of New Jersey. And yeah, so they just spread the word because they would treat it like a hangout. It was a fun way to hang out, spend a night. So they could smoke weed, they could drink. I didn't give a fuck. So yeah, they treated it as a night out, so they tell more of the friends. Because if they had more... I would always cut the game if it got down to 2 people. So if they could keep enough people there, they could keep hanging out. But as soon as like the game was over, it meant they had to leave. Also, I had a rule where I would do all sorts of manipulative shit just to get them to keep playing.
Tell me now so I know to look out for it when you do it to me.
Sadly, it wouldn't apply here, but it would be stuff like if you it would all be to keep them gambling.
Okay.
That's always the name of the game. Keep them off. Because again, I have the edge. Eventually, they will lose. Like if they keep playing, they will lose. And so, for example, like if they want to cash out, if they're up, I would say, okay, if you cash out, you have to leave my property.
Oh, so you can't just
hang out.
You
right?
have to play it.
If you win $50 and you're like, okay, cool, I'm done. I'd be like, look, you don't have to keep playing, but you can't cash out your chips until like, unless you're gonna leave. Like you can't take me for $50, $200, then just hang out and look at me. You can't take the chips off the table. You can't put them in your pocket. They always have to stay on the table. You don't have to play hands. You can keep them. You can keep your seat, keep your stack there, but you can't cash out. And some kids are like, "Oh, that's fine." 30, 40 minutes later, they're like, I guess I'll keep playing.
Yeah, that's how you got
I'd also have like minimum, like they'd have to play a minimum number of shoes and
shoes.
Shoe is so we're playing single deck shoe blackjack. So a shoe is the entirety of the cards. This is a shoe for today. But if we're playing 6-deck or 8-deck, the 6 decks or the 8 decks is the shoe.
All right, so our shoe is 52 cards big.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, let's deal this first hand.
So the difference with a single shoe versus 6 to 8 deck shoe is a couple things. Like if you split aces, you can't keep playing. You get the 1 card and that's it. Also, you can only double down on 10 or 11. So if you're playing at a casino with like a quote-unquote normal whatever, you could double down on whatever you want to double down on. In single deck shoe, they only let you double down on 10 and 11.
Okay. I got half of what you just said. No need to explain.
Fine.
We'll figure it out.
Okay,
yeah.
So and also in this one, in this one you they're dealt face down.
Okay.
Your cards are dealt face down. You pick them up and you look at them, and then like you decide if you want to take a hit, or if you want to stay. And right now we'll do a practice hand just so you get the gist of it.
For this practiced hand,
and for the listeners, we should always explain. I'm showing a 7.
Yeah.
And I think because it doesn't matter, there's no one else at the table. You're welcome to share the hand that you have so they can be involved.
Right. Okay. Well,
so
but you would know.
Well, it doesn't matter for me to know what hand you have, right? Because I'm the house. My rules are set in stone. I hit on 16 and below, and I stay on soft 17 and above. I don't get to choose what I do. You get to.
Oh.
So I can see your cards. It doesn't matter. If we were at a table at a casino, it's face down. But I think for the listeners, since this is an audio medium, you should maybe just say what you have and what I have.
Well, for the listener, I'm holding a 9 and an 8. So I'm going to stay for this practice hand.
It's got 17. It's a good stay. I show 17. It's a push.
All right. So we tie for this.
Yes. And then you don't reshuffle. They go into the kill, and then you continue. So we're playing with chips, so why don't you place a bet?
Let's start big. This is we've got a $1 chip and a $5 chip. I put in a $5 chip.
Yeah, $5 chip. I'm going to deal you face up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because he's got 13. I'm showing a 5.
Let's hit.
Scary man taking a hit against a 5. He's got 15 now.
Okay, 15, and you've got a 5 showing, so there's a good chance you've got a push or less.
There's a good chance I'm going to break.
That's a good point. All right, then I'm going to stay. And he has a 12.
14, bust.
Ah!
And there you go.
Hey, I won! I won the first hand!
You won the first hand.
Gambling is great!
Right, for now.
For now, it's good.
He's got an ace and not a blackjack. He's got a soft 17. I'm showing a 7.
All right. So this is either a 17 or a 7, depending on what shows up.
Yeah, you can't bust right now, yeah.
All right, well, let's roll with it. Let's hit.
Soft 19.
Oh, let's stay.
Stays, okay. Whoa!
Your card fell through the table. Maybe playing on a wooden table with slats.
Quick pause.
All right, let's see. How do we get to your card?
This will be an editing moment for you.
Probably.
Why don't you pick up your, you had a 5 out there, but just why don't you pick that up. The chips up, the cards will be fine.
All right, I'll grab it.
You see it? Yeah. What did I have?
You had an ace.
An ace. An 18. Okay, we'll give ourselves a good cutting point to re-enter.
Wait, I had the 6 or you had? No, you
had
the
soft 19. So we'll
soft 19.
I'll keep some drama to it. Give me a moment.
Wait. Oh yeah, that's soft 19.
Okay. All right, so he's got soft 19. He's gonna stay. I've got soft 18.
Okay.
That's a win.
Oh,
yeah. You win.
Great.
You have 19. I have 18.
Wow. All right, this is going really well. Okay. Well. Oh wait, don't at some point during this I like after the hands are showing, I bet more.
If you would like to, yeah.
Well,
sometimes
for this to have drama,
I'm
gonna put 10 in.
Okay, he's going for 10.
Yeah.
He's showing a 10. I have an 8.
Hit.
You are a hit, but I'm going to tell you for the future. This is when you would double down.
What does that mean?
Double down means you can bet up to your best. So you could bet up to $10 more, and you only get one card exactly. You do that on 10s and 11s because the theory of blackjack is the most valued number in the deck is a 10. There are not literally more 10s in the deck than any other card, but because 10s, jacks, queens, and kings are all worth 10, there are more 10s in the deck. So you always assume every card you can't see is a 10. So you always assume I have a 10. You always assume the next card's a 10. So if the next card's going to be a 10, you're going to have 20. That's great, and then you would double down. Right. But you've already chosen to hit.
And by the way, can I double down?
Oh no, it's too late.
All right, well then let's hit.
There are people yelling at you on the screen. So now you have 16. So the benefit is that you can either hit or you can still hit. If you double down, you get no further action. That's the offside of the double down is, let's say you double down 11 and you get an ace and you have 12, you're stuck with 12. You can't take another hit, but here you have 16.
And you've got an 8, so I've got to assume that your face card down. I'm about to go to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm going to be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Ha! Wait, you got in?
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. So,
Well, I'm apparently going to be on a dating show in July. So
oh, really? Which one?
I have no idea. I think they gave a fake name in the waiver I have to sign today. It's on the A&E network. That's all I know.
Oh, that one I don't know.
But they did. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's a new one. It's a live dating show, so I have to go on a first date live.
Oh, I actually was on the TV show First Dates.
Okay, is that the
new one that Ellen is producing that came over from England
When did you do that?
a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't while you've been with Ben.
No.
Oh, okay. I was curious because I had to have a conversation with my girlfriend about it because we're in an open relationship, so I can do that. But anyways, yeah. So, reality TV people. Okay.
Yeah.
16. What do you want to do?
Now, can I just bet one?
No, you can no longer do double down. Now, there's a...
No, but I can't, bet at all?
No. When you bet, you bet. Now, there is a game called Spanish 21. And what they do in Spanish...
Already sounds racist.
Right. What you do in Spanish 21 is... Remember how I said there's more 10s in the deck than anything?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in Spanish 21, they take out all the literal 10s. So, there's ace through 9 and jack, queen, king, ace. The reason is because 10s are good for the player, right? 10s are good. So if they take them out, you lose an edge, but that means that you can double down at any point. So if you had 7 and then you get a 4 and have 11, then you could double down hoping you get a 10, but there's 4 less 10s in the deck.
So if the shoe is one deck, then there's just 4 less 10s.
Well, in Spanish 21, it's always I think it's always 6 or 8 decks in Spanish 21. It's you don't play. I don't think you play single deck Spanish 21. But in casinos, you'll see that a lot. You'll see a lot of blackjack and you'll see a lot of Spanish 21, and that's the difference is there's no 10s in the deck.
See, here's the other thing I don't like about gambling. It's complicated.
But it's not so much more complicated.
It's so much more complicated
If you're trying to play 12 different games, yes, it's complicated. But if it's simple. If you keep
we're
it to
playing
a couple
blackjack.
games,
This is as simple as it gets, and already I am confused. I'm gonna stay at 16.
Stays at 16. I have 14. 9 is a bust.
Boom!
Winner.
I'm on fire.
He is on fire.
Okay. Let's make this one really interesting. I'm going in for 15.
Going in for 15.
Oh, I've got a 10 showing. You got an 8. I've got 14. You've got an 8 showing. You know what? I didn't want this episode to be too long anyway. Let's double down.
Doubling down on a 14.
Yeah, I know it's not smart, but I'm feeling lucky.
That's a bust
24.
with a 10.
All right. This is the part of gambling I don't like, where I lose.
Well, when you make stupid decisions, yes, that's going to happen.
It's for drama, man. I'm trying to make this good for the listener.
You have listeners who play blackjack who are going what the fuck?
Yeah, but I've got listeners who don't play blackjack who are going, what the fuck?
Yo, real talk, I one time had a guy double down on 18, and he got a 3 for 21. I was like, get the fuck out of my face.
Was this while you were dealing in your house?
Yep.
Wow.
Someone just decided to do that.
So the benefit of running your own game illegally is that you can just...
Well, I didn't actually kick him out, but I was just no fucking way. Because not only do you not hit on 18, you definitely don't double down on 18, and if you did, you're definitely not supposed to get a 3 for 21. And you can always, and if you think it's too long, you can always cut certain hands out, keep the good hands in. You can play a couple shoes, and then you have different takes. You know what I mean? And
I don't know what you mean by shoes and takes.
Oh, so each time we go through a deck, that's a shoe, right?
Okay.
And the idea is this is podcasting talk that you can cut out, but I'm just saying you can have enough hands that you can keep the hands that sounded most interesting or that were funniest or whatever.
Right.
So you don't have to keep all the if they film somebody playing blackjack for TV,
you don't want to. Yeah.
Or when you watch poker on TV, you don't see the entire game.
You're assuming I watch poker on TV.
Poker on TV doesn't feature every hand; they just keep hands that were interesting or whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let's make this one interesting. 15.
Okay, again, interesting. 15.
And again, this was with a $50 buy-in.
And I apologize, by the way, if I did all that shop talk and you're going to keep it in. I'm just assuming you're going to take it. No.
Okay, so you've got a queen showing.
But you have 11.
I've got 11. Let's double down like KFC.
That's what you do. Doubles down. 21.
Boom!
20.
And you got 20. I got my
winner.
Hell yeah.
Now what's heartbreaking sometimes when you get the 21 and then the dealer like gets a 14 and then has to hit and then gets the 21 and you push. Those suck.
But this just tasted really good. So now I'm going to bring the bet up to 20.
Okay.
I'm checking myself. Oh, I've got a queen showing. Oh, this could be good. I got 15.
15 versus a 5.
So I've got to assume that you've got a 15 as well. I'm going to be a good boy, and I'm going to stay.
Okay. I have a 9, 19.
Shit!
You did the right thing.
I did, because that would have been a jack, and I would have gone over.
And that's the thing about gambling is like you can do the right things and still lose. Like sometimes it's just not. Sometimes there's no way you can win whether you hit or stay.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
all just on basic principle, we
Yeah.
went up to a 5 just
So,
now.
but the idea is like so long as you have fun doing it, I think that's what always matters. People get mad and try to tell you what to do, and I'm like, fuck off, it's my money. They're like, you should stay. I'll be like, I feel like hitting, it's my money. They're like, don't do that. I'll be like, are you gonna pay me? Are you gonna give me money? No? Okay, then bye bye. My decision.
All right. Well, let me see what I've got. I'm dealing with now.
You look
'cause
like
I've
you
got
got 30,
5,
40. Looks like you have exactly 50. You square.
All right. Well, then, if that's the case,
What I love about him, he doesn't even touch the dollar chips. The dude's like, yeah, dollars, whatever. He's like, I go big. Which, to be
Well,
fair, at a
for right
casino,
now,
the minimum
'cause-
bets
yeah.
are $10 at a
so
casino.
let's do 25.
Oh shit, doing 25. All right. It's got
Jack.
Jack 9. Blackjack.
I got blackjack.
All right, so 25 plus 12.
Oh,
So
wow.
in blackjack, if you get a natural 21, where like the first two cards are 21, you get 1.5. You get paid 3 to 2.
All right. So here's how this is gonna go for this.
Okay.
Because I wanted to keep this episode. It's a bonus one. It's
Sure.
me just saying, hey guys, so we'll either end it when I bust,
Okay.
or if I double what I made.
Okay. I
That-
think
that
you've
sound good to
already
you?
you've already probably
What am I
doubled
at?
what you made, right?
Wait, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh yeah, I
30,
did.
40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You have 85 there, I believe.
85. All right. Well, then this might be the last hand. Screw it. Let's go in for 25. No, wait. That doesn't math.
No, I mean,
I said 25 and I put it on
no,
there.
no,
so-
it's fine. I didn't. Another thing in gambling is like the bet's not final until I start dealing. You know what I mean? So like people do sometimes go, they change bets, they add things, they do stuff. Sometimes go, they get voodoo, weird bullshit, and until the dealer does a little like hand wave or throws out a card, it's all legal.
Billy,
So
you're right. I hear what you're saying.
what
Let's
you
do
wanna
30.
do. Ha 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 ha. Okay, he's got a 10. I've got a jack. He's got 20.
Okay, stay.
19. Here's what we're gonna do, by the way. Since you're not using the dollar chips, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
turn them all into 5s.
Cool.
So that's your 10 that I just took from you.
All right.
And now I can do this. Give a little sound effect action for the listeners. There you go.
Oh,
So now
wow.
everything's 5.
Okay. Let's do one last hand.
Okay.
And we'll,
How about that? How about we do one more shoe off air if you want, and then you can tell them at the end of it. You can tell them what you ended up being up or down.
oh, you want a chance to win your money back?
Yeah. Nick, come on, you hit it.
Well, you know what?
That
That sounds completely fair.
Sure.
All right, so one more.
And we got one more hand in this shoe left, and then I'll reshuffle, and then we'll do one more shoe.
Yeah, that
Cool.
sounds good. And then we'll check in at the end after this one. So one more on, or you know what? Let's.
And people, this is where like I fuck them with terminology, and I'll be like, oh shoe, oh no, in single deck blackjack, the second shoe is always 50 decks. It's just I can make up rules because he doesn't know better. He's bright eyed and doughy eyed.
And this is the part where Billy
No.
doesn't understand that I am.
A smart person?
No, not at all. The opposite. So let's
No,
take
it's
my
fine.
money.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going in for 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going for 25 on this hand.
Oh man, we should definitely go to a casino together if you have that budget.
I don't.
15 versus my 3.
Stay.
All right, I have a 5, 9, 12, 19.
Fuck. All right. Well,
quick
Shit.
shuffle.
Okay, so things are not looking great for me. We've got a whole nother shoe to play. We'll check in at the end. Yeah, we'll check in at the end.
You want to just leave that go and then you just cut out all the whatever? That way it's just one file?
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Alright, you want do a little cut
Who
ski.
just called me? Hold on. I want
Some
to just
unknown
call this
number.
person back. Yeah, they're all unknown.
Hey, what's your Instagram handle?
Hey, it's Aaron Gold. It was a telemarketer, so I'm glad I just told him to fuck off. How much of a gut do I look like I have in that photo?
I didn't look at the photo. I just
All right.
in this right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think not more than me. I can't imagine.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'm like learning how to do. I've been told I have to do stories and bullshit.
I know.
Whatever.
I
I'm
haven't
like-
done stories.
The only thing that convinced me was like I was able to think of like basically what we did with the intern is I was just like let's take all the social media and there has to be a purpose for me to have each one. So like
So what, you've got an intern now?
oh yeah, because the world's a ridiculous place where I'm allowed to have an intern. But yeah, so it was just like look, I don't want to have a thing just so the argument can't be well there are people on here that aren't on Twitter. I'll be like no, and there needs to be so like we realized okay like Instagram will be like personal like look into the personal life. Twitter's for jokes. Like Facebook, think more informational. Or also sometimes like the difference of like why would I go live on Instagram versus Facebook Live versus Periscope? Because I have like 1,000 followers on Periscope. I don't want to just like ditch. So it's like let's make it purposeful for each thing.
Right.
So
if anybody wants the full Billy Procida experience,
they follow me on all of them. But like
Okay.
so we really had to like come up with like a social media plan because like if you're gonna make me if I have to add on another thing. And also, I could give her my Instagram password and like do what you want. But it's been interesting trying to like play around with a new platform.
I'm gonna go in for 15, but one of them's gonna be white.
Sure.
No, let's make an Oreo out of it.
Yeah. All right. He's got 17, and I'm showing a king.
Stay.
All right. 16, 21.
Fuck you! Oh boy.
When we're done, I'm going to show you a video where some dude gets. It's very high intensity.
All right.
It's very high drama, I would say.
I'm going back for 10.
Okay, for 10.
Baby cards for a baby.
He's got 11 versus my 4.
Hit.
Okay, this is where you would have doubled down now.
Fuck
17.
me. Stay.
Yeah, basic rule of thought is, except unless I'm showing a 10 or an ace, if you have 11, you always double down.
Okay.
Yeah. 14, 16, 20.
Why did I agree to this? I was up. I could have. See, this is the problem with gambling.
And that's why when you're running like a minimal house in your mom's basement, you put in some rules to protect yourself so kid can't show up with $50, throw down one $50 bet, win, and then be like, I'm out. You got to keep them there. Because I tell them, you don't have to bet every hand. When you're at a blackjack table, you can sit out.
But the longer you stay there, the more
is,
the chance the house will get the money.
The longer I keep him there, the better the chance he'll eventually get bored and be like, okay, I'll throw some bets down. Because they think, oh, I'll only do 10, and then the next thing you know, I got a wonderful story I'm going to tell you when I show you the video later. But just the idea is if I keep them there, they'll gamble more. Your bet.
Fuck.
I can also convert you down to the dollars.
No, let's do this.
Okay. You got 12 versus my 10.
Hit.
20.
Oh, stay.
20. It's a
Push.
Push is a win in blackjack.
Except where it comes to, I don't get the money.
Like I said, if
I'm
you didn't lose money, you won.
Gotcha. Well, let's do 15 again.
15 again. He's got an ace.
You got a king.
2 aces. I do not have blackjack. So you have a soft 12. Do you want me to tell you what you do with 2 aces, or do you want to play?
Do I split them?
You basically universally split aces. But
Let's-
the thing is, you don't get action. You just get the 1 card on each, and they don't get paid as blackjack. They get treated like normal 21s. But to split, you have to put down another 15, and then they become 2 different hands.
All right, let's split them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Another 15 down. So he's got a 21.
Nice.
And a 21. That's exactly what you want to happen. And I have 20. You win.
Okay.
That's why you split aces, because if everything's going to be a 10, then in theory you're going to get two 21s.
Gambling's so much nicer when I'm winning.
Exactly.
It feels so good when I'm winning.
It does.
But it's just the reality that I know that on that flip side, it will feel like I've been scooped out.
And that's why I always say, like, if you're going to gamble, like, you better, like, be having fun, because you will eventually lose and want to kill yourself.
All right. Well, I'm glad we've got half a shoe left.
Yep.
So let's let it ride. I'm going back to 20.
All right. He's got a 7 against my 4.
Hit.
16.
Oh, let's see. This is stay. I'm saying it.
That's
so
what you're
happily.
supposed to do. I have a 9, 19.
See, it felt bad. All right. Let's do another 20.
All right. He's got a 13. I'm showing an ace. Now, when the dealer shows an ace, you are typically offered insurance. If you want, you can buy insurance. Insurance means you can bet up to half your bet that I do have blackjack. And if I do have blackjack, it pays 2-1. Why that matters is if you bet, so if you have 20 and you bet the full insurance to 10, and I have blackjack, you lose this bet, but you get paid 2-1 and you push. That's why they call it insurance. You don't have to take insurance. You can also bet less than half. It's just weird to bet less
Let's
than
do
half.
it. I'll bet half.
He's
that
buying
you...
insurance. All right. I do not have blackjack, so you lose that.
Okay.
And now you're back to your normal hand. You have 13 against an ace.
Hit.
23. Too many.
Oh boy! I'm down to $45. I was up so high. Let's I'll go in for 15.
He's got 14 against my 3.
Hit.
You hit?
I'm hitting.
Okay, he's not supposed to, but he hits. Everyone at the table is yelling at him, and 24.
God damn it.
Supposed to stay. But to be fair, I would have had 11. I would have gotten 21. So
Yeah.
But yeah, typically if you have a card like 2 to 6, and if you have 12 to 16, and I'm showing between a 3, 4, 5, or 6, like you're supposed to always stay because you assume I'm gonna bust.
God, see, I don't like numbers now.
I love numbers. That's why I love craps. Oh my god, you think this is complicated? Craps would blow your fucking mind.
All right. So I've got 30 left. I'm going in for 15.
Going in for 15.
Let's see if I can rebuild my empire.
He's got 15. I have an 8.
So this is that place where I should stay.
Yes, because no, this is where you're supposed to hit because you have to assume I have an 18 and 15 doesn't beat 18, so you try
hit.
at least.
25. Fuck me.
But I had 17, and that's where the theory is.
So I was screwed no matter what.
If I had under 7, that's when you're supposed to stay because you assume But the idea is that if I have 17, 18, 19, that's where the dealer stays. He doesn't keep taking. At 17, the dealer stops taking cards. Right? I have to hit until I have at least soft 17. And so, that's why if I have a 7, 8, 9, or a 10, you assume I have 17, 18, 19, or 20, so you hit. But if I have like a 5 showing, you assume I have 15. And then you assume the next card's a 10. So you assume I'm going to have 25.
Can I tell you what I just heard?
Nothing.
Numbers. A lot of them. All right, so I'm down to 15. We're going to bet all of them. This is the final hand, potentially. Probably. Let's be honest. This is probably the final hand. I suppose the listener can just look at the timestamp and then guess if it's the final hand. But
He's like, well, this manwhore guy was like, if he stays long enough, he loses. This is about long enough. Oh, man. Okay, so he's got a 16 against my ace.
And I don't even have enough money for the insurance.
So no insurance?
No insurance.
All right, so I have to check to see if I have blackjack.
Okay.
No blackjack.
Oh,
you have
thank
16.
God. I mean...
This is a matter of, do you know baseball much?
Little.
Do you want a forward K or a backwards K?
I don't know baseball much.
Okay, so in the little book where
Wait, a backwards K is a strikeout, right?
They're both strikeouts. A forward K is you went down swinging, and a backwards K is like you went looking. I also, someone can fact check me. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I'm a moron.
Yeah, you're doing better than I am at the moment. Fuck it, ride or die. Hit.
Hits for just give a nice little tap on the 26.
Fuck!
I would have had 14, 17 anyway. So yeah, you would have lost anyway.
This whole second shoe was not my shoe. This was an ill-fitting shoe.
You're welcome to buy back in and try again.
No, because this is what gets me to hate gambling
But this
more.
is gambling.
This is gambling. This is the problem. It hurts.
Let me tell you something. I once was at a craps table up in Mohegan Sun in 2012. Okay, and I was down to I was in for $1,500, I think. Right?
Jesus.
I was in, and I was down to my last $35. Okay, I built that $35 stack into a stack over $3,000.
Well, let me tell you about the time
All
when
you
I
need
was
is
in for $50 and I was up like $150, and then the dealer was just like, "You sure?" I was like, "You're right. Take the rest of it. Take all of it. I don't need it. What do I need? Eating? Fuck it." So if we.
But I like to explain, I do a joke about craps where I explain to the audience how to play. I say, the way you play craps is you take your money, you put on this thing called the pass line. And then the shooter is going to throw the dice. And then the dealer takes your money away, and you don't understand why.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Okay, so if we started at a 4.
We started at, I think, a 5, right?
A 5?
Yeah. Remember those fine ups, and that's what I'm chasing, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you're chasing that high. You're chasing that dragon.
Yeah, now you understand
But
why.
here's the thing about chasing a dragon. They're a dragon. They'll eat you. So if we started at a 5, I'm now at I'm at a 7.
Yeah? Oh,
Yeah.
So we're not going to Mohegan Sun together.
I mean, we might have to do another episode
Let's do it.
to try and convince me
we'll
more.
We'll go down to Atlantic City. I'll teach you craps.
I'll give you $50 when we stop recording.
Because at least in craps, I get to throw dice, so it feels fun. It feels like, oh no, I'm just playing Chutes and Ladders again. Oh, Chutes and Ladders doesn't have
I'll tell you,
dice.
I do want to throw things right now, so that sounds about right.
Yeah. So long as you hit the backside of the table, you can throw it as hard as you want.
I want to hit something in the backside. Billy, what do you have to plug?
I do a podcast called the manwhore Podcast. I talk to women I've hooked up with about sex, dating, and why we didn't work out. You can find it on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search manwhore, and that's me.
Yeah.
I'm also on Twitter and Instagram at @thebillyprocida. That's Procida.
Yeah, and I've listened to a bunch of episodes of the Manwhore podcast. It is great.
Have you
It's
listened?
wonderful. I know exactly what you're about to ask. The answer is yes, but we're not going to talk about that.
This was fun, man. Good playing with you.
Thanks for coming on. Guys, I'll be back soon. I promise I won't leave you like my money just left me. And keep on minding. Oh, wait, no, before we do it. Oh, God, it's been so long. Don't keep on minding yet. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Don't Mind Podcast. You can also hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Hey, it's Aaron Gold. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can do it at don'tmindpodcast@gmail.com. And if you leave a review on iTunes, I will read your name along with something that I like about you. Okay, now you can keep on minding.